What's going on, boys? It's Clements back on the mic, back with another banger of a video. And Vanguard Season 5, can we even call it Vanguard Season 5? I think this whole season is being marketed as a Warzone Season 5 more than a Vanguard Season 5, and that makes complete sense because they have completely thrown the Vanguard story out the window, and I'd say that's a bad thing, but to be honest, who the fuck really cares about the Vanguard seasonal story? I mean, I personally haven't been following it. I think Vanguard is as stale as a Call of Duty game could ever be. I think that, to be honest, this Season 5 looks pretty cool, but whilst it looks cool, it also looks like a complete fucking mess. I don't mean to sound like a negative Nancy, because to be honest, if I still cared about Warzone, I'd be pretty hyped for this event, this season. Sorry. As you can see in the game, in the background, we've got the seasonal cutscene sort of cinematic trailer that Call of Duty just released a couple hours ago, and in this cinematic, we've got Menendez from Black Ops 2, which is pretty cool. We've got Rourke from Call of Duty Ghosts. We've got Sarah from Black Ops 3, and we've got Al-Assad, I think that's how you say his name, and he's from the Modern Warfare universe. So it's pretty cool. It's cool to see Menendez again, even though this makes very little sense, to be honest with you. It looks cool, but meanwhile I'm quite clueless as to how this has happened, and you know, the only people that seem to know what's going on at the moment is Activision. Activision might not even know what the fuck's going on. They just seem to be throwing the kitchen sink into Warzone, absolutely throwing everything and anything into the game. I think they're just getting really desperate at this point. Vanguard just doesn't seem to have a time period anymore. It doesn't seem to be set in any kind of era whatsoever. I mean, it was, you know, it's supposed to be a World War II shooter, but you've got fucking Terminator operators in there. You've got King Kong and Godzilla in there. Now you've also got all these different characters from different Call of Duty games, from different universes and completely separate time periods now in the game. And I've seen people actually point out on Twitter, and I personally didn't notice this at first, but apparently Raul Menendez in this cinematic trailer is actually holding what looks to be some sort of futuristic weapon. And to me, that looks like the EM1, which, if you didn't know or can't remember, it's kind of like a plasma rifle. It's like it was an LMG. I think it was an LMG. It was an LMG in Advanced Warfare, and it basically it was like an energy weapon. It overheated. It basically shot lasers, and it was called the EM1. If that's the EM1, then what the fuck is going on in Warzone? Don't get me wrong, guys, okay, this looks cool, you know. Menendez is a great villain, probably one of the best villains we've gotten from the Call of Duty franchise, you know, and Black Ops 2 was definitely a fan favourite game. But, I mean, it just looks like they're getting really desperate at this point, and we know that Warzone 2 is apparently, according to leaks that got leaked on Reddit. I had a video about that came out yesterday. Apparently Warzone 2 is dropping in November, which isn't that far at all, about 3 months away, and you know, I think they're just trying to milk Warzone for what it is now before Warzone 2 comes around, because this is all really cool and all that, but the majority of it is going to be locked behind a paywall. You're going to have to pay for bundles or the battle pass. The only thing that's likely to be free in this seasonal content update is the EM1. That's if it is the EM1, of course, but whatever gun it is will likely be free, just by ranking up the battle pass, and then when the season ends, usually there becomes an unlock criteria, which is like a challenge, then you unlock the weapon, so that will likely be free if history is an indicator of anything. But other than that, everything else is going to be locked behind a paywall. Menendez will likely be the tier 100 skin, so again, they want you to play, they want to keep that retention going, even though this game's on its last legs now anyway. Warzone 2 is right around the corner. They know that Vanguard is stale and boring. No one really gives a shit about Vanguard apart from a very small minority of players. And so I think because they know that Warzone 2 is right around the corner and Warzone 1 is inevitably going to die, they're just kind of throwing everything at the game, seeing how it goes, seeing it just for the sake of profits. That's what they're doing. They're throwing everything at the game just for the sake of profit. Whether it makes sense or not, which it doesn't really make sense at all, they're still going to go ahead with it because, you know, this game is going to die. You know, all the cosmetics that you buy are going to be useless when Warzone 2 comes around, because nothing's going to transfer over, nothing is going to port over from Warzone 1 to Warzone 2. They know that, and anyone with an IQ above a single digit knows that. So they're just kind of milking this season and Warzone right now for what it is, just for the sake of profit as much as they can before Warzone 2 comes around, because, you know, I personally won't be playing this game, I won't be playing this season, I won't be buying the Battle Pass, I won't be buying any bundles to throw out at us, because I know that Raul Menendez, if you buy him or unlock him, whatever, he won't transfer over to Warzone 2, neither will Seraph, neither will Rourke, and neither will Al-Assad. I couldn't think of all the names there. There's that many returning characters or operators, whatever, in this cutscene. But yeah, guys, my opinion, looks cool, but it would have been cooler about a year ago. With Raul Menendez belonging to a Treyarch title from years ago, it would have been cool to see him as part of the final season for Cold War last year, rather than in a time period that he just doesn't belong in. You know, I don't care about this game anymore, so ultimately I don't really care about this season. Yeah, it's just a complete mess. It's this game is turning into complete carnage, and you know, you can't really blame Activision, because as a business they're just there to try and make money. And you know, I think that the player base has dipped and profits. They'll definitely suffered financially this year, because Vanguard has just been that boring. You know, no one cares, and Warzone Pacific wasn't that great of a hit with the community. As my phone goes off there, light rain expected soon. But yeah, this year won't have been the most profitable year for Activision or any of the dev teams. So right now they're just going into recovery mode. But yeah. So let me know what you guys think about this down below. My opinion is it's cool, but it would have been cooler a lot sooner. And you know, my opinion, guys, my advice on this season is don't waste your money on the Battle Pass. Don't waste your money on these bundles that they're going to be likely chucking out at us. Raul Menendez will, I mean, there's a good chance he could even be part of a bundle that could really give us the finger and say, you know what, we're not going to put him in the Battle Pass. If you want to play as Menendez for the next 2 or 3 months before Warzone 2 comes out, then you're going to have to cough up $20 US. You know, knowing Activision, that could be a possibility. But yeah, don't waste your money on the Battle Pass, don't waste your money on bundles, and yeah, just take that from a Warzone veteran that used to love this game every single day. I used to play it, and I used to spend thousands of pounds on it, and now I don't want to spend a penny on it, and I don't want to spend a minute playing it, because I just think it's that ass. And I cannot wait for Warzone 2. Warzone 2 and Modern Warfare 2 cannot come sooner for me personally. It's just going to be, I'm just hoping it's going to save the day, because this game has turned out to be one tragic mess. Run by just a greedy, awful corporate company called Activision. But yeah, I've been Clements, you've been absolutely amazing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and take care.